Magandang araw mga ka-aerial defense, may ibabahagi na naman ako sa inyo dahil ngayong araw na ito ay may bagay tayong pag-uusapan, Pilipinas at iba pang kakampi sa Indo-Pacific, tutulungan ng US Coast Guard laban sa ilegal na ginagawa ng China, pero bago tayo magpatuloy wag mo muna kalimutan mag-like, share, and subscribe, paki-follow at like muna ng aming page na nasa description na ang link. Committed ang United States Coast Guard na tulungan ang Pilipinas at iba pang Indo-Pacific partners na magkaroon ng kakayahan para kontrahin ang illegal activities sa loob ng kanilang teritoryo. Sa isang telephone briefing, araw ng Miyerkules, sinabi ni US Coast Guard Commandant Admiral Linda Fagan, na nakikita ng USCG ang partnerships nito sa mga estado na tumulong sa promosyon ng rules-based order sa mas malawak na Indo-Pacific region.
Our oceans are global highways that facilitate commerce and provide food to millions of people. Threats to maritime security do not respect borders, so it's important that we work together with partners to solve shared challenges. For example, illegal, unreported, and unregulated fishing threatens the health of our oceans and the well-being of coastal communities that rely on fishing for their livelihood and for their food security. IUU fishing is often linked to other criminal activity, and the networks that benefit from it are regional or even global. Our response must be the same.
In the face of the largest Coast Guard in the world, the China Coast Guard, and one which is extremely aggressive, what difference can the U.S. Coast Guard make so far from home? How can you assure allies and other nations who are being bullied by the CCG?
So, the United States Coast Guard, and as we operate around the world, and certainly, have U.S. Coast Guard cutters in the Pacific, in Oceania, and we demonstrate what professional maritime behaviors and engagements are on the water. We operate and navigate in accordance with international law in a way that's professional and predictable, and we always seek to model that behavior as we interact with any Coast Guard or Navy or commercial vessels in the Pacific, or again anywhere in the world. And our commitment is to a free and open Indo-Pacific where safety, security, prosperity are something that all mariners and all nations can enjoy. And the strength and power and unity and partnerships as we continue to demonstrate what professional behaviors are, certainly consistent with international rules-based order, and mindful that each and every nation has that their sovereignty needs to be respected. And I think the U.S. Coast Guard does a particularly good job of operating in that space in a way that's professional and relevant and useful to so many key partners and allies in the region.
Does the U.S. Coast Guard plan to play a significant role in enforcing the international law or promoting maritime governance over the South China Sea, especially the high seas falling under Beijing's 10-dash line?
So as U.S. ships and the Coast Guard ships patrol in the region, we will operate and navigate consistent with international law and norms, and we'll continue to demonstrate rule of law and those norms in all areas and in all aspects in alignment with international law, and again we'll we're respectful of others' sovereignties, and so I'll use an example of some of the fisheries enforcement forwardings that we do. They're done under again multilateral arrangements and agreements through some of the regional fisheries management organization, all activity and in all of that action consistent and aligned with the international order.
How concerned is the U.S. Coast Guard over China's increasing gray zone tactics in the context of the SCS and around Taiwan? Does the U.S. Coast Guard plan to respond? Specifically, are there any joint USCG patrols planned with the Philippines?
Yeah, so obviously the Coast Guard, and we've had ships operating in the region for the past several years. The U.S. is a Pacific nation, and so the opportunity for ships, U.S. Coast Guard ships, to operate throughout the Pacific has been something that we have done and continue to do. And then as ships are in the region, we look to partner with other key, just other Coast Guards in the region. You specifically mentioned Philippines Coast Guard, and we did a joint patrol last fall. Japan Coast Guard, Malaysia, Indonesia, just to name but a few of the key and very capable Coast Guards that are in the region that we work with. And with regard to the specific question around gray zone activity, again, the Coast Guard, as we operate, it's in accordance with the agreed international order, rule of law, the conducts and codes that govern how mariners and military vessels operate and conduct themselves at sea, again, in accordance with the international agreements, and we will continue to operate and engage that way as a demonstration of sort of the importance of rule of law and ensuring that nations have capacity and capability to counter illegal activities or other encroachments of sovereignty.
Gaya na lamang ng nakaraang taon, nakagawa ng kasaysayan ang US Coast Guard nang bisitahin ni USCGC Frederick Hatch ang partners nito sa Tacloban noong Oktubre. Noong panahong iyon, tinalakay ng team mula sa US Coast Guard District 14 at US Coast Guard Forces Micronesia and Sector Guam kasama ang US Embassy sa Manila ang mutual capabilities, training opportunities, at community engagement sa pagitan ng dalawang estado, habang sa Tacloban, ang crew, may suporta mula sa Maritime Security Response Team West, ay nag-host ng isang paksang may kinalaman sa expert exchange ukol sa maritime law enforcement kasama ang Philippine Coast Guard colleague. Para sa mas madaming update tungkol sa ating defense, abangan lamang ang aking mga bagong video. Para naman sa mga gusto magpa-shoutout, mag-comment lamang po at share, paki-follow at like muna ng aming page na nasa description na ang link. Huwag mo na rin kalimutan mag-like, share, and subscribe. Pindutin mo na rin ang bell para updated kayo sa aking mga video. Maraming salamat po.